Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm doing something different this time. This is my Coupe de la Ligue video. This is the first time I'm playing in this tournament. If you don't know what it is or if you haven't heard of it, I put a description of it in the description. And I'm also doing something different because I'm not commentating this live. I'm talking to you from the future, I guess. I did not have the brain capacity to commentate while I was playing because I wanted to focus on doing well. So I'm trying this out, see how it goes. So yeah, this is the first time I'm playing in this tournament. The country I have to play is Estonia, as you can see right here on the screen already. And the region we're playing is South America, which is a pretty large area. I practiced a little bit beforehand, just to get used to finding information within the 3-minute time limit, just to see how I got on with that. And it went pretty okay. During practice, some rounds were pretty doable, some rounds were harder. But that's the game, of course, and you just hope that the seed is lucky. Right, so I'm now gonna start the video and commentate on what I did. Let's see how it goes. So we're starting with Estonia. You got 3 minutes moving. Right, so what I'm doing here is see the intersection bus stop. Try to read that for a town name maybe. I decide to go north, Abjapalu something. Remember that. There's a sign up ahead, which is very useful. Viljandi is a big city. I find it pretty fast. Trying to find the other signs on the other towns on the map. Struggling to find them because there we have it. There we have the town where we started, the road where we started, the curve where we started, and the bus stop where we started. Double check spawn. Trying to line up the road and it matches. Let's see. We're a bit south of the road. And I'm happy with that. Now, as you can see here, my opponent hasn't played this map yet at this point. Round number 2. Okay, a bit more urban. I decide to go south. Eha is the bus stop. And that turns out to be a street. Tahe and Eha is the intersection. Now, I'm gonna try to find out which city this is, because it feels like a city. While I'm going, I'm trying to remember the road angles. Pretty north-south, but not completely. It's kind of moving back and forth a little bit. Let's see. This looks useful. It says start to right there. So I'm thinking, is this start to? I'm just gonna have a look. And is there a street that lines up? There's the wiggly one that kind of fit, but it's not the one I'm looking for. But this is okay. Try to find the intersection. There it is. Now back to spawn. Where did we start exactly? There's an off-road here, which is Eha, so that's that one. And we started north there. There's a building called Knock, the POI. I'm trying to verify that here. I see this sign from the cafe or restaurant, and I'm gonna line it up with the building. Almost on the wrong street, but we got it. And yeah, here we go. 1 meter, that's very good. I'm happy with that. This 17. Okay, we have a nice little Y split to the south. And then the road north curves a little bit. I keep trying to go north because it feels like that's the right direction towards the town or something. I'm getting a little bit worried here that I'm not finding anything yet, but also it's only been 30 seconds. This roundabout looks useful. Maybe there's some information. Put a checkpoint down. There's a supermarket there. This doesn't look like there's a sign. There's a bus stop that might be useful again. Toma. This might have something. It does look like we're heading out of town, so I'm looking for a sign towards a new town or maybe a town exit sign here. Not sure about this direction at this point, but I do find a sign with road numbers. And let's see, 78, 86, 76. These confuse me a little bit. I find some 70s right here. And these town names sound familiar, but I can't remember where they are. These are the 30s, the 20s, the 10s. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. These are the 50s, the 40s, Foma. But there's no 86 towards that, so that doesn't work. But that is what it says on the sign. You can see how I'm hesitating and confused. Let's see what I do then. Now at this point I only have 40 seconds left and I'm visibly confused. The 10. I noticed the 10. Okay, this doesn't work either. There's no way this is that Y split, right? It doesn't work. But we had the red 10 on the sign. It's not here either. And then I realize this is also the red 10. And there are my road numbers. And I know the town we're in, and I have 5 seconds. And right now is where I spot where spawn is, and I miss it by 1.3 kilometers. And I'm a little bit annoyed at that. But it's fine. I was pretty close. This one looks tough. I decided to go east between some apartment buildings. And I'm thinking maybe I find a road leading out of town from this direction. This road looks a little bit promising. There's no road name, which I don't enjoy. I keep going east. This road looks a lot bigger, so I'm thinking there should be a sign right here, right? This looks like it's heading out of town. And again, I'm still waiting for that sign. There's a bus stop. Always zoom in on the bus stop. Faljala is the town. Rahu, 2 kilometers to the north. Okay, but that doesn't really narrow it down at this point. And I'm thinking this looks weird. It looks like an island maybe. So I'm doing a quick scan. Faljala. And I don't see it. At this moment I saw it, but while I was playing, I did not see it. So I keep going. I spot something in the corner of my eye, and this sign might be helpful, but the towns are not very far away, so I do have a look, but I don't see it. I don't see them. Maybe this island. I also don't see them. I've got 55 seconds left. Maybe it is mainland. But I'm getting the island vibes here. 40 seconds left now, and it's not looking very promising. "30 seconds, and I decide to try and head west from spawn, from my checkpoint. This is the direction I already went in, and with 20 seconds left, I realize I have gone the wrong direction. And I finally have road numbers, and I find the town name Kuresare, but I don't have time to find the road numbers or the other town. I am annoyed at myself at this point because look how stupid I was for going east on that intersection. I really should have gone west. You can see my little shake of the screen in confusion. This looks tough this round. As it loads in, I'm like, oh god, here we go. I'm gonna miss another round. So I try to go which direction? Southwest, I guess. There's a sign here, some town names that are blurred, of course. I don't recognize them, and they're pretty close by, so I don't want to risk scanning for it. I keep going. Who knows? And I'm being sent back, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna try carefully. And nope, the coverage does not let me go there. That's that. So I spent 1 minute on that out of 3. This time I'm gonna head northeast. This is not looking good. I'm already a minute behind. If I went this way immediately, I'm feeling this pressure because I already did in 5K 2 rounds. I don't want to make that 3. There's an interesting intersection here. I go this way because it feels like it would lead to something, a bigger road, hopefully. And I was right. There's a sign here, Paide and Parnu, which are here and there. I estimate we would be around here based on the distances. But I'm not seeing the off-road immediately, so I try to find a sign, but I don't see one. What I do see is a road angle. This fits. This works. This works. Are we here? That's what I'm thinking. I'm going back to spawn, looking at the off-roads, but there's 2. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe we're here. 40 seconds to try to verify it. There's an off-road to the south that goes to the northwest. I'm trying to figure out where I went. This is the only off-road that has 2 roads coming off it. The only intersection with 4 roads. I try to verify really quickly. There's that. Yep, and I'm happy as I should be because I 5K'd. I go back looking at round 3 and 4 because I'm annoyed. And as you can see, my opponent has not played yet. And I move on to South America. Here we go. Alright, straight away, I'm seeing that mountain, I'm seeing the roads, I'm thinking, this is El Alto, next to La Paz. And I'm trying to figure out if that works with the mountains and the road angles, and I'm thinking, oh god, there's no way I'm gonna pinpoint this. I'm trying to find street names or anything vaguely recognizable because I'm not excited about having to pinpoint this. I end up here looking straight at another mountain. And it is an interesting intersection. I try to jump up on that other road, but I can't. What I do is I try to line this road up. It's not perfectly pointing north, my compass, but it will do. I'm thinking, am I wrong? Is it not El Alto? Because the road lines don't really work, but then I see this, and it's looking alright. Like maybe we started here. That could kind of work. Try again to get onto that road, and I see the curve, and I'm just confused because I do not see that anywhere on this map. I keep being drawn to this section, and then I see this airport. Maybe it was the airport. This angle doesn't work though, is what I'm thinking. So I set a checkpoint. I try to go the other way. Who knows? Maybe there's a distinct, I don't know what I was trying to say, a road I could find on the map, but there's not, and I can't go that way. So I try to go south. It's a split. Like, I was gonna say highway, it's not really a highway, but I'm gonna try and find out what is happening here. Don't really know what I'm doing, but this kind of lines up. And there is the road to that direction that kind of works, but I'm not convinced. And with 20 seconds left, I don't know. I look here, and maybe it's this. That could be divided. I don't know. I hope I have something that's a little bit close, but you just don't know. I find El Alto so hard, and I'm 5 kilometers off, and that feels like a lot. And it was indeed that road I was looking at right near the end. And I'm kind of bummed that I don't go for it. Didn't go for it. So I try to find which mountains I was seeing because I don't know why. But with 4971, I am happy. I accidentally opened the map right away, which is annoying. I see a black car. I'm thinking, oh no, is it Argentina? Is it Uruguay? What do I do? Those are not countries I'm good at. I don't even know which one it is yet. Try to look at some plates. Try to find a direction. I haven't seen an Argentina plate yet with a black dot, but I don't know. It's feeling a little bit coastal to me for some reason, and I am absolutely unsure where to go. I decided to go southwest, and I feel like I hit a bigger road, but I can't really tell which way the information is. But I feel good about this direction. I read La Colonia here, and I see Colonia here, and I check that it is that department name. So I feel a little bit better because I will at least have the right region, I think. So I'm gonna try and find a town name at this point. I find street names instead. Vogel and something that's blurred, which is not really helpful. I try to check the main town of Colonia first to see if I find Vogel just on accident. I try to look in Colonia because that's what it said on the school. but it feels too small. Then I don't know what to do, so I try this, and the angle works. And there's Vogel. I don't see it yet, but I see it now. And I try to work my way back. Where could I have started? Was it this? Am I looking for the school? I don't remember what I was doing here. But I'm pretty sure we're in this town now because the angle works. There's a gas station here, an Esso, and an interesting intersection. I'm now sure that I'm here at this moment, and I have 3 seconds to try to find spawn, and I don't have street names, and I'm out of time. So I don't 5k, but I 4998, and I'm pretty close, but that does not feel like the direction I went. I thought I went north. I thought I came from the north. Yeah, that road. I remember pointing it out. I thought I was going that way. I thought I came from that way. This is the Chile car, and this is not good. I struggle telling some of the northern cities apart, and I am, in my confusion, stressed. Doesn't feel that big. There's a road name, Alvarez. I don't know whether to go north or south. This doesn't feel like the right direction. I go back to spawn, and I'm getting turned around, and I go that way. This feels like a big enough road to be central. So I'm hoping I find something. There's a gas station here. That's interesting. And I reach this divided road with like track. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should follow that. Surely there's a sign somewhere. I see a flag in the corner of my eye. And I'm still confused. 1 minute 40 left, and I don't know the town or the city I'm in. It doesn't bode well. But I see these dry mountains, and I'm thinking, oh, I know it's one of the northern towns, but I see a sign. I head back. Los Carrera, Los Loros. I don't know what that means. Sort of a roundabout in the middle of the road. San Salvador. These don't help me. I need a town name. There's something. There's a construction sign. All right. Can I read it? Copiapo. Okay. I've heard of that, and I can never find it. Now, I don't know why I'm looking this far south, because it's a northern city. I've mentioned this before. Okay, I know I have the city. Now I need to find the roads. Alvarez is in my mind. I try to find it. I'm not sure. I think I spotted the road with the railway in it. And the street name I started on is blurred, which is very unlucky. I try to angle it. Try to do a little angulating. This doesn't work. This isn't the right angle, but I don't have time. And I'm 1.4 kilometers away. That was not the right section of town. I did not see that road on that angle. It felt a bit more central to me, maybe, but I don't know. And then we have round 4. And I'm thinking this looks like Argentina again. Well, not again, but like it could be Argentina. This road looks somewhat central. I mean, it's paved. That's a good sign. And I'm now heading west. I'm waiting for any information and some confirmation that it is Argentina because I'm still thinking it could be Uruguay at this point. I spotted a dog and I hit this. It looks like the end of the town. And I think, hey, that looks like there are trucks there. That might be something worth investigating. And yes, it does look like a town entrance sign or section. And I find this helpful sign. And it says Piñamar. And Piñamar is a familiar name to me. And I'm watching myself play this game right now, and in my head, I'm screaming at myself because I already know how this is gonna end. Um, it sounds so familiar. Mar de Ajo. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but um, I'm so convinced that I know I've heard of Piñamar, and I know that I've heard of Piñamar, but I don't remember where it is, and I'm beating myself up at this point because I know it sounds familiar. I'm looking and I'm looking, and I'm not seeing anything, not San Bernardo or any of the other ones. I found the sign with the 11 on it earlier. I think that's why I'm looking there. And I'm not seeing any familiar town names, and these signs are not helping. And I have 15 seconds left. So I have one last look, and I don't find it. Even though I know I've heard of it, I should be able to find this, right? That's what I'm thinking. And yep, this is the realization. That's where Piñamar is. And I feel so bad. I sent the wrong country. So you can't maybe tell, but I paused recording for a little bit because I was a little bit upset with myself. And now we're in round 5, and we are in Colombia, calle 20, and Asadero something might be a POI. It says right there the town name I don't know how to pronounce that. And I go in straight away into the map. I find calle 20, and I'm gonna find a cross street or something because who knows? That might be useful. And there's calle 21, but there's no cross street yet. There's some confirmation for the town. While I was practicing, I also had a round in this city, so it felt quite familiar. So I think I did recognize it immediately. That's why I zoomed in straight away. And I'm feeling pretty good about knowing knowing that I'm in the right town. But aha, there's a little Y split here. That's interesting, I'm thinking. So I might line that up. It's not this, because this is a divided road. But calle 20. This is where the Y split is, and this is calle 20. So that's Asedero, restaurante that doesn't have a POI. So I do a bit of double checking. There's a building here. Asadero, Asadero, and I'm happy to find spawn right here. And that's 3 meters. That's a 5K. And again, my opponent has not played. As you can see, I'm pointing out that I played pretty okay, but only had one 5K, which feels like it's not a lot. And then I go into the last map, AIW, 2 minutes per round, no move. This immediately feels like South Africa because it looks like South Africa with the outer yellows. It feels dry, mountainy, grassy. And we have this angle. And I zoom in to the northwest immediately because that's what I think it looks like. And I try to find a more specific guess. I don't think this road, this is too flat, I think. This is too far down for me, but it does have a good angle. This doesn't feel right. But I do kind of click middle just because I'm not sure. I'm clicking all over because this might be too green. I don't want to go too far south, but it's a bit hilly there, but it looks so dry. So I go back this direction. And I have a look at the northwest, but I don't really see anything on the angle. This looks pretty alright, but the road is pretty long on the same angle, and that's not it where I am. That doesn't do that. So I'm looking and I'm looking, and I click middle at this moment because I'm just not sure which way to go. The angle doesn't work here, but I like this area better. This angle kind of works. I mean, it's a pretty good angle to be sure, but it doesn't look hilly. I feel like I'm too far south, and it was that very, very northwestern corner. I would not have sent there. That was so out of the way. And here we have a Gen 2 location. And I'm thinking this is Finland or Sweden with these houses and these trees and but it's hilly. What are these houses? Are these Finland houses? Are these Sweden houses? I decided to go for Finland because that was my first thought. But it's quite hilly, so I'm considering Sweden. Am I gonna switch? I don't actually remember what I did. I'm trying to remember something someone once said about windows, but I don't remember. Try to look at the street sign again. Doesn't work. Do I go Finland? Do I hedge for Sweden a little bit? I do. And it was quite south. And then we have this location. I remember this one. Okay. I can't see the license plate very well. And I'm thinking, okay, this is like Croatia or something, but it feels weird. It doesn't it doesn't feel like Croatia. Slovenia is what I'm thinking, but I'm so confused and I keep looking at the license plate and I'm thinking, well, maybe, but it feels like Alpi. Yeah, I'm signaling that I'm thinking of Slovenia, but these poles look weird and the plate looks weird. It's just white, right? That house could be Slovenia, but those shutters they don't really make sense. And but there's a hill. There's like a definite hill towards the southeast, I think that is. Yeah. I line up the road and it looks weird. But I find some hilliness in Croatia. Slovenia, do I switch? I don't remember if I switched. But it feels like this area, but it also feels off. Like I'm not sure, but it's the best I've got, basically. I see a little ridge there, so I hedge a bit further that direction to kind of also hedge Slovenia, I think. And with 10 seconds left, I'm just not sure, so I send. And it's France. And I'm thinking, oh no, my opponent is French. He might find that. Or they, I don't actually know. I'm very sorry. And this round, I'm thinking, all right, is this Canada? Is this the US? I'm seeing a lot of mailboxes and a lot of like big houses. I'm thinking US at this point, but I don't really know for sure yet. And if it is the US, where do I go? It looks so. Oh, I'm pointing out that it says place and like a big number. And for some reason that makes me think the US. Put a pin down in Illinois because it's kind of central and it would work. It's kind of flat. The houses are brick, but I'm not sure. And I end up sending pretty close. It was outside of Chicago. This round, I zoom in on a follow car. I zoom in on a tree and a pole. And I'm thinking, I don't know if this is Senegal or Nigeria. I zoom in on the follow car again. And I'm thinking, oh no, I might send the wrong country on this. On the last round. My first thought was Senegal, so I look at that, and then I look at Nigeria. I look back at Senegal, and I don't click yet because I'm not sure. These polls look weird for Senegal. There's a car. I don't know. Is it Nigeria? Is it Senegal? They're driving on the right, but that doesn't matter. I go Senegal because I'm not sure. Where could this be then? I send and it's Nigeria. Oh, and I feel bad. I got 16.6k, and my opponent also hasn't played this seed. So in the end, I played 3 seeds, that two of which I'm pretty okay with, and the last one I was not very happy with, because I sent the wrong country on Argentina, Uruguay. Yeah, that was my round one of Coupe de la Ligue. I will put how my opponent did in the comments so you can see for yourself if I won or not, if I made it to round number 2. Um, that was it. Maybe there will be another video. I mean, I already know whether there will be one or not, but maybe you don't right now. Maybe you do. I don't know. Thanks for watching and bye.